following episode contains explicit content. You've been warned.
Because God knows that. I mean, as much as we work on ourselves and as much as we try, damn if we still ain't pieces of shit. You know. I mean, I know I am.
Yeah.
You know, and it's okay. I mean, that's half of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, trying to accept that. You know, it's all right, buddy. It's.
Everybody wants to be something they're not and have shit they ain't got. Don't be a dick. Don't be an asshole. Just be nice. You don't have to be that guy. Show some respect. Just be a person. Love one another.
Hey, dude. So I just got off the road. But before we get into what happened this week to set off my Mad Max moments, welcome to another exciting edition of Brain Snacks with Jaxon Max. With me, as always, joining me remotely from his beautiful apartment, luxury apartment.
Oh wow, that's a stretch.
Right? Wow.
Hey, it's a fireplace.
Jaxon, good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man. Welcome, everybody.
I missed you this week. I wish I could have had more time to reach out and talk to you about stuff and things, but
She was out in Texas.
oh, well, okay. So we did our recording last week, and then I edited and uploaded everything to get ready for my long trek.
Right.
But I also, the day before, so I got off the road last weekend, printed shirts on Sunday, and then printed shirts on Monday, recorded with you, and then you came over to the house and we recorded again on Tuesday. And then I left Wednesday as soon as I finished editing everything and uploading.
Yeah.
And then again, I just got home. The time is now 8:45 and I got in at 8:00. Traveled in from Fort Smith, Arkansas. We had a great weekend of shows. But
Was I wrong? You were in Texas, right?
we started in Kemah, Texas, which is
Okay.
just outside of Houston. It's part of I guess the greater Houston metro area is basically what it's called.
Okay.
And then we went from Kemah, which is not the southernmost Texas, but right there by Houston. We went from there to Dallas-Fort Worth area, where we played in Mansfield, Texas. Chrissy and I actually did an acoustic set on Friday, which is cool. Always great.
That's cool.
And then we drove our happy asses up to Fort Smith, Arkansas, and played a phenomenal show. Had a phenomenal crowd at the Majestic.
Cool. Hell yeah.
But just to get right into the Mad Max moment, since I think this should be a recurring theme because I want.
Well, it is. Shit.
I want. Well, it's that way for everybody, but we do try to temper it by not dwelling on the shit that gets under our skin. What really grinds my gears, man.
Mm-hmm.
People are just so fucking inconsiderate, man. Like, I know it's been that way for a long time, and I don't know if it's just because of the technology age. We touched on social media in the last episode, but it is the phones. Is this is the social media aspect making us more self-involved and less considerate or less willing to acknowledge another person's existence?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the phones are necessarily doing it, but in a subtle way. I mean, they're just another layer of your mind.
Yeah.
So I'm just in my own echo, you know.
Or maybe it's that as I'm getting older, that I'm just noticing it a little bit more often than I maybe previously would have, because I'm actively paying attention. Well, maybe I'm not actively paying attention to it, but at least subconsciously, I just see it more often now.
Yeah.
So like we traveled. I think it was we went to Mansfield first to pick up our friend Tracy Westmoreland. It was her big 50th birthday.
Every
So
time
she
you say,
actually-
I'm sorry, one thing. Every time you say Westmoreland, because I know you guys are friends and you say that name a lot.
Yeah.
I think of
Yeah.
West Borland from Limp
West-
Bizkit
Yeah!
every fucking time. But anyways, all right. You picked them up.
rolling. Okay, but yes, not Westmoreland from Limp Bizkit, Westmoreland. It was her 50th birthday, so we went and hung out with them. That's why we left Wednesday. We went, hung out, chatted with them, caught up with the Westmorelands in Mansfield, Texas, and she rode down with us to Kemah for the show. And it was great spending time with them. But this last weekend, every time I would stop at a gas station or stop to get food, and it's people of all ages. This isn't just relegated to, the Zoomers.
No.
Or the boomers, or the elder millennials. It seems like everybody is just far less considerate of other people's personal space, or just, willing to acknowledge somebody else's existence. Like we stopped at, for those of you that aren't familiar with Buc-ee's is like the redneck Walmart superstore of gas stations.
Mm-hmm.
It is big, beautiful, and they have the cleanest bathrooms, and it's the place that you stop to get maybe a little noms because they have these epic custom foods.
It is the shit, man. Buc-ee's is kind of the shit.
It is the shit to take a shit.
Yeah.
But the problem was it was really, really busy at the Buc-ee's when we stopped. And again, age range from, toddler that's barely walking, also unaccompanied. Like if I were a child predator,
I'm going to
Buc-ee's. I could have walked off with like
Buc-ee's.
6 kids, and nobody would have known for like 6 hours because Buc-ee's is so big. It's like, oh, my kid's probably in the bathroom. My kid's probably across the store.
Takes fucking a whole day to get to one side of the store to find the kid.
but you got toddlers all the way up to elderly people that just stand in the middle of the entire store. Like nobody will like scoot out of the way a little bit. If they see you walking, they're just like, no, you're going to walk around me, motherfucker. And at this point, I've been joking with Chrissy about this. And because I'm not a giant pain in the ass and a giant inconsiderate piece of shit, I haven't enacted it, but I'm like, I'm getting closer every day to just fucking straight up walking and just shoulder checking the shit out of these people. Because it takes nothing to be a decent human being and just say, oh, excuse me, sorry.
I know.
Excuse me, after you.
Yeah.
And you should see, that's one of the, okay, so people are really inconsiderate, but one of the things I pride myself on and that I really enjoy doing, even though it might piss off some feminists, but I'm an equal opportunity nice guy when it comes to this. Like, I hold the door open for everybody. I love doing that.
It's a fucking reflex at this point. It's just something I do.
That's how I was raised, to respect other people, regardless of age, gender, race, creed, whatever. Doesn't matter. If I perceive you to be a giant piece of shit, maybe I won't open the door. But
hell,
times
I'll even go so far. Sometimes I'm just saying, like, I'll go so far as to, like, if I notice someone on my peripheral, and like I know it's going to be awkward timing, to where if I just walk a little slower, I'll be just in front of them and I can fucking open the door. I'll do that because I find it awkward, because I don't want to walk in and then have to wait and then let it slam. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm that meta with it sometimes.
Okay. Well, what I like to do, and the reason I like to do it, and this also harkens back to other conversations that we've had, is it's completely selfish reason that I do it, because it makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, we talk about it all the time. If you're having a bad day, but somebody goes out of their way just to do one tiny little thing to make your day that much easier, or they just smile at you, it just makes you feel better.
I mean, it could be a turning point.
It might be a turning point for somebody. So I like going out, and I feel like I'm creating more smiles. I'm spreading a little bit more happiness, maybe a little bit more peace of mind.
It makes you happier. That's the way it works.
But why is it so difficult a concept for other people to do and enact? Is it the social media that we don't think about, that we're so self-involved with, that we have to be on our phones 24/7? Is it just, again, that immersive self-involvement and self-promotion? that gets people to be completely inconsiderate, or is it just that people legitimately just don't give a fuck?
Yeah. I
I,
mean,
I don't think I think it's kind of a rhetorical question. 'Cause I don't think there's a legitimate answer.
There really
but-
isn't. I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's I mean, we're cyborgs. It's not a secret now. We're cyborgs pretty much. So it's just, like I said, it's just a layer of people's thoughts and mind and just getting all into that. And
Yeah.
I mean, it like I said, it's very subtle, but it's a takeover.
Mhm.
So,
Well,
I mean-
and again, not to harp too much. I'm pretty much done with the Mad Max rant because again, the core lesson for me is that just because somebody else is an inconsiderate piece of shit doesn't mean that I'm going to stop.
mhm.
I'll go out of my way to hold the door open just to say, "Hey, how you doing today? Thank you. You have a great day." It takes zero effort to do that, and it makes me feel good. And I see somebody else smile, makes them feel good. Everybody wins.
Yeah, I feel like if you're not, like, in my experience, when I'm not feeling good, it's always the hardest to do that stuff.
Mhm.
So, our culture now is so stressed out as a very general statement. I mean, I feel like a lot of people, if you're in a stressed state, it seems like the counterintuitive move to like do something nice for someone else
Yeah.
because you're feeling shitty. But it's almost like when you do, it's like you unlocked a door. You're like, and it's very small, but it makes a difference. It really does. It really does.
I feel the difference.
It's kind of mixed with jealousy. If like you see someone that's happy and you're not, it's like you're just gonna keep down on your rabbit hole. You're not necessarily gonna go out of your way to do anything, no matter how, like, the point being that it's simple. You're just not going to do it.
Okay.
Maybe.
That leads me into another thought on why people are so much more inconsiderate lately. It's because maybe we've been conditioned to think that we should be unhappy all the time.
Bingo!
Ding, 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 ding. Winner,
Bingo.
chicken dinner. But hey, look, you led me by the nose to that conclusion.
Bingo,
man.
dude. I mean, hey, that's fucking epidemic, man.
Mhm.
And
That's the real pandemic.
Well, being happy is like that's what we do. That's who we are. Like, regardless of personality, no matter if you're the fucking meanest, toughest fucker out there.
That's right. You see this face?
If
Mean.
you don't like have some kind of inner warmth every now and then I mean, what's the point, dude? Why be tough? What are you trying to protect? You're trying to protect love and happiness.
So toxic masculinity is a thing, but also, I mean, you can still be a dude, like a manly man, chopping wood, or look me, I build fences.
Oh fuck
but
yeah!
also
No,
wear
no,
tight pants and eyeliner.
Yeah, no, fuck no. I'm not trying to be on that train. I'm just saying, like, even the ones who you don't think, it's a classic. It's like even you stereotype a tough, mean person. I mean, regardless of any of that, I mean, like, our natural thing is just to find fulfillment, be happy.
Our natural state of, or our ambition for our natural state of being is to move in that direction.
Yeah, it's like fucking cave
peace
people.
and well-being and harmony.
It's like cave people. It's like you like things, you don't like things. We don't like pain. We don't like, we don't like all this stuff, even though we do it.
I'm kind of a sadomasochist though. Like, I like a little pain.
Well, fuck you, man, and that's cool, dude.
I'm a glutton for punishment. Obviously, I play bass for the Velcro Pygmies. I mean, if that's not a glutton for punishment, I don't know what is.
Well, I mean, it's all good, but fuck you. You know what I mean?
Look, in the
all
last
cool,
4
but
days,
fuck you.
I traveled more than 24 hours. I was on the road more than I slept.
You have a right to be irritable, and look at you, just cheery as shit.
Okay. Look, I'm just trying to share some life lessons and maybe some thoughts and maybe some insights on how other people can deal with some of the negativity that's going on. Again, just smile and wave at somebody. Complete stranger.
Sesame Street, dude.
It costs you absolutely nothing. And if you're really worried that they're going to sit there and be mean to you because you waved, well, guess what? You can finally write them off in your head completely if you ever see them again, because they are a
one less
piece of
person you gotta
shit. If you're
talk
just
to.
like, hey guys, hi, how are you doing?
Mm.
Okay, so one other thing, this is not Mad Max segment, but I want to, if you have anything you want to add for the Mad Jack segment, I would love to do that. But I am blown away and humbled and honored by token sign of appreciation for what I do as a musician, as a performer and entertainer. I have a very good friend. Name is Lee Autry. But to rewind before that story, there's another story that ties into that. This guy, Quentin Berry, also known as Cubase, phenomenal bass player. And if I have time, I'll actually maybe drag in a video of him playing, because his style is like upside down. Like the bass body's up here and he's playing from underneath.
Sick.
And he is an amazingly epic bass player.
Hell
Like
yeah.
to the point where he did a couple of NAMM shows several years back, but he played side by side. Him and Victor Wooten did like a duet, a bass
Sick.
duet thing.
Cool.
But he has an endorsement with Gallon Kruger, and he basically gave me what equates to gave me a 412 Gallon Kruger bass cabinet. For those of you that aren't musicians, my bass guitar cable out of that into an amplifier, out of the amplifier into a speaker cabinet. So I had this awesome 412. I had to change some speakers in it, but again, it was humbling that he thought of me, and it was just like, hey, you're going to use this because I don't play full band stuff anymore, or certainly don't play that often, and I have no need for it. This is something that I know you'll get use out of.
Mm-hmm.
So he honored me with that, and I've had it for a while now, and I haven't been really happy with the amplifier that I got, which is an acceptable amplifier for what I do, but I wanted the matching head. And I was just like kind of salivating over it. It was like, one day I'm going to get that head that matches that cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my very dear friend Lee Autry, who's also a bass player based out of Dallas, Fort Worth, he came to the show in Mansfield, and I had been talking to him. I was just like, hey man, because he gets up and plays, like we get him up to play a song or two with the Pygmies anytime he comes to a show. He showed up with, okay, nerd out if you are a bass player, but it's a Gallon Kruger 1001 RB. It's a 700 watt solid state Gallon Kruger amp, and it's the matching head to that bass cabinet.
Oh shit.
He showed up and he was just like, so yeah, you told me about the GK, and I haven't used this head in seriously like 15 years. It's just sitting in my garage. So
Fucking cool, dude.
here. He's like, if you want to give me something for it, whatever. I was like, yeah, I'm breaking out my wallet. I'm asking Chrissy how much cash she has on her, but he wasn't expecting anything in return.
That's awesome.
And like I said, that's really, like, I feel really honored. And we talked about, imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Totally got that vibe.
We're not worthy.
I'm not worthy,
Yeah.
Jesus, but it is incredibly humbling, and I would like to publicly thank them and share that little joy, as annoyed as I may have been about, people being inconsiderate assholes.
It was all for that.
Well, it's maybe that's just
Somehow.
yeah. If you're a believer in karma, which I do believe in karma, I believe that the more good you put out in the world, the more good you get back. So maybe that's some of my good karma coming back, but also maybe it's just that I have I'm surrounding myself with really good people.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's so cool.
So yeah, again, great weekend, good life lessons, practiced. Even though when I would leave, like Loves or the Pilot, I would be cussing,
Yeah.
cussing out these idiots.
Dude.
Can't just move your car so I can get out.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, again, 5 seconds of ranting and losing my cool in the car, but that was it. I didn't harp on it. I didn't let it ruin my drive or ruin my day.
Yeah, man. It's like you're not going to stop it. You know,
No.
you can't. I mean, if you start really early, you have a better chance of stopping that.
Yeah.
But if you get caught in it, it's okay. You just gotta. It's like, it's like a water leak. I mean, it's just like, just stop it. Just get on it.
Flex Seal patch.
Because the shit
on that bad boy.
Right. The shit will just like, before you know it, you will be fucking mad at some random person for no reason.
Yep.
And be like, and then when you snap out of it, you're like, oh shit, they didn't deserve that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, had nothing to do with them.
Mm.
So
you were telling me before we started recording, you had some self-reflection going on this week, or trying to avoid some self-reflection.
yeah, I think it's more of the second one there.
Okay.
Yeah, man, just kind of, I'm in like a really cool spot, but also in a really fucked up spot that it's a lot of people, find themselves in, where you're just out, you quit your job, and then you're just chilling. You're just, doing what you can. In my case, luckily I know some trades, and I can, make a little money here and there. Just, I've got a little bit of connections with the, real estate people and shit, so I can do that. But I technically don't have a steady income, which is like, it puts you in a state of, overwhelm, sometimes. So, yeah,
I feel that, but
it's cool,
I am
though.
100. I'm 100% confident, and I am definitely not worried about your future. Definitely not your long-term future,
Right?
In the slightest, for the simple fact that again, from day one, I talked about this in the intro episodes, like way back when. The reason that I asked you if you wanted to do this podcast, I saw the lengths that you were willing to go to and the amount of effort that you were willing to put into something.
Yeah.
Passion or not, I know that your work ethic is there.
Yes.
I know that mentally you can handle it, but I think you're just looking for something to give you a little bit more freedom, right?
Yeah. Really, really, man, I think it's important to just take the time. That's why I said it's a cool time to just kind of be floating.
Yeah.
Because what it does is it breaks that illusion of security.
Mm.
Because even if you have that steady stream coming in, if it's not ultimately even remotely, fuck your dream job, but if it's not even remotely in the wheelhouse of what you can do, or what you feel like your strengths are, like the security aspect of it is just it's a cage, or it can be. If you have the right mindset and you're playing the long game, then obviously you can settle into that. But my young, all over the place mind is too weak to play that long of a game.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, I feel like my soul's being crushed, and I feel like that's, something just you got to come to terms with, because everything is attempting to, or it's apparently attempting to crush the soul. So, doing stuff like this and like what I did this weekend, just playing music, and Bailey and I got together, and I don't know if you know, but I'm picking up bass. I've been picking up bass for
you told
years
me
now,
about this.
but now I'm actually finally finding some discipline that I can apply to that. And
hell yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're writing, doing like synth pop, dark wave, kind of electronic music, and kind of goth stuff. But it's just a lot. It's cheesy. It's a lot of fun, and
Dude,
we've been reconnecting.
I embrace the cheesiness, man.
Dude, me too.
I'm a huge fan of Static X. Actually, I was just thinking about it the other day. I was thinking it would be cool to do a Rob Zombie or a White Zombie / Rob Zombie tribute band at some point in the future.
Yeah,
just for fun.
Wicked. That'd be wicked.
Just for fun. Not like I don't. No money needs to be made, but also if I was going to do it, whoever's lead singer is definitely going to have big fake dreadlocks.
Got to have the look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about cheesy bands, is that they understand, however campy it might be, they understand that for most, it's very simple, but you don't stop to think about it. most of the time you're not getting a visual.
Yeah.
You know, especially with like really accomplished musicians, they just sort of don't do that. And
Yeah.
it's all about opening your ears. But
Mhm.
for, you know, most people, I mean, we like to consume television and movies. So it's the same thing. You're getting a visual. You get the visual with a good cheesy band.
Oh yeah,
It's fun.
absolutely. But you know, I'm super excited to hear some of the stuff you guys are working on.
Yeah, well,
I know Bailey is incredibly talented, and we have discussed since we did the Lou Burdett interview, and we actually kind of enjoyed that format because it was a little bit different.
Mhm.
But that was kind of a serious interview. Maybe we should bring on Bailey. Maybe some of your old bandmates from
That would be
Common
cool.
Rarity.
yeah, that could
I
be
know.
cool.
I know. JD would just eat this up. He would be all
Yeah,
about it.
well, I would just let you guys go at it because he would just take off. But this ties into this whole jobless and overwhelmed thing because
Yeah.
that to me when that's missing in your life, when something outside of making money
Mhm.
isn't there, and you don't have you're not making an effort to connect with your friends in real life
Yeah.
and really spend time and put value on it,
Mhm.
then I mean, what that does for me is that fleshes out, the fact that, oh wait, I'm a full human. It's not just about this short term, uncomfortable insecurity financially. I mean, if there's a lot more to this, it's sort of but just that's a form of fighting against depression and stuff like that. So, which I know a lot of people suffer from. And I mean, I don't necessarily suffer from it clinically, but I mean, it's just you have to just be conscious as much as possible to make an effort in some area. You can always, just do something to not distract yourself, but to add to your, depth and your richness of your life. You know what I mean?
Well, I know you love playing music, and I know that you've been wanting to get back into writing, and I know that you had told me previously that you and Bailey had been working on stuff, but I know that brings you a large amount of joy. And I'm glad that you
feel it in the heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that sounds corny to people that don't do it, but something, everybody should have something that you can feel in your chest. It makes you feel.
There's something in your life that you enjoy doing, whether it's fishing, or playing music, or I'm an avid DIY guy. Like, I enjoy projects. I like working on stuff and creating things.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be a podcast or whatever, but something that just speaks to your soul and brings you happiness and joy. And I'm fortunate enough that I just happen to be able to monetize one of my many passions, which is, again, playing music.
Right.
But also screen printing. I mean, yes, it can get monotonous, but there's the design process that goes into it.
Yeah.
And then, but it's also taking 150 shirts that are blank, and 4 hours later, it's like magic.
Mm-hmm. And you're just listening to music or podcasts, and you're just, it's important stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
maybe that's why people are so inconsiderate. Maybe they're just really unhappy because they can't really focus, or they don't feel they have time to focus on that one thing that really just brings them maybe not completeness, but joy and happiness.
I think so. Possibly. I also think that one of the epidemics is of just that, from my observation, of just growing, the people in my life, people I see, as you grow older, you have it could be really dangerous to have this progressive limiting of things that actually make you happy. And because I noticed you said the one thing, and you at least need the one thing. That's like the minimum. You know what I mean? Just being open and enjoy. That is,
enjoy new experiences.
That's the great medicine. I mean, even if you're in the same place and you don't leave that place for your entire life. I mean, there's there's so many different ways to pay attention to your experience. I mean, enjoy anything, I mean, because the joy is in you. It's actually not even about, it's not about anyone else. It's just, it's a thing. It's for you. It's in you. And we need to have access to it inside of us. That. You know what I mean? Or else what's the point? So
I feel that. And okay. Yeah. I'm glad you clarified that. It's not about just the one thing, but it's finding something.
Something. Yeah.
Yes. That is a better rephrasing of that. Find that something or some things, multiple things that bring you a little bit of happiness and joy and fulfillment. Fulfillment is the big one.
Yeah.
Because if you're working a dead end job and you only go fishing on the weekends, and if that's your life and you're happy about that, great. But there are other things that you can do to make yourself, again, fulfilled.
Right. It's completely like any and every lifestyle, as long as you're not hurting anybody. If you dig it, you dig it. But also, if you're institutionalized to believe that that's how it has to be, it doesn't matter what it is. Human beings are obstacle overcomers. That is what we are. We get around stuff and
problem solvers.
We're problem solvers. Like that's what we do.
But here's the problem with the problem solvers, though, is that we
create problems too.
Yes. Okay. That's another problem. We can stack the human condition now. Okay. So people are problem solvers, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're problem solving in a positive way, because the path of least resistance is the path that most people take nowadays. Absolutely. They don't want to work for it so much anymore.
Right.
So how can I manipulate the system to get the most out of this job or this whatever, or this relationship? I could do the least amount of work and reap the most benefit.
It's manipulation.
And that's like, work smarter, not harder. It's like, yeah, but you can also turn into a piece of shit if you keep that mentality across multiple aspects of your life. And if the majority of your life is taken up working a job that you don't want to be at, that's the mindset that you're going to carry on. That's going to carry on and bleed into other aspects of your life
without you even knowing it or anything. It just happens that way.
Yep.
Systems dynamics, man. Nothing's independent. It just isn't. But it just works both ways. I mean, it can go negative. That's what we're talking about, or it can go positive. You just know thyself, bitch.
Omnidirectional.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, that's. Do you have anything you want to rant on? Anything else you want to talk about? Or is this episode pretty much over? I'm about tapped out on stuff that I really wanted to talk about today.
Yeah. I'm
open to talk for another 3 hours. I don't care.
Oh, same. But I also want to be respectful of people that are listening and their time, and I don't want to just, we're doing these weekly, and we understand what that might entail. That might entail that sometimes the episodes are not as long, or sometimes they might be shitty, and that's the point. That is the point. I don't think we had a shitty episode today. I think it's been pretty nice so far.
I think there were some excellent points made, and again, just trying to express the life lessons that we've learned and are currently learning, and maybe how you can prevent some pitfalls. The listener, not you, Jaxon, but also you, Jaxon, and also me.
Yeah,
but maybe help you guys avoid some pitfalls of your own in the future. It's all about sharing the love. It's all about, again, being the change you want to see in the world. Doing good recklessly, and what is it? Being confident idiots.
Absolutely, that, man. And just to expand on that, I mean, just the action of doing this. I mean, helps with that very thing for in a selfish way for me. So, I feel like there's truth,
Mhm.
and there is truth in positivity and creating positive structures, and that's what this is.
Yes.
That's all this needs to be for me and
Mhm.
for everyone, is just a positive structure and something that is regular and that you can count on to just be there. And we might not always, or I'll speak for myself, I mean, maybe not always bright-eyed or cheery, but shit, I mean, we out here, you know, we're just out
Yeah.
here.
We're out here grinding, man.
We out here,
Ooh,
man.
yeah.
And
But yeah, it's all love, and it's all about trying to, again, keep moving forward, try to progress, try to evolve, and not, again, in my case at least, try to not be such a piece of shit.
same, dude. Because God knows that. I mean, as much as we work on ourselves and as much as we try, damn if we still ain't pieces of shit. You know, I mean, I know I am.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
yeah.
and it's okay. I mean, that's half of the game.
Mhm.
You know, trying to accept that. You know, it's all right, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Well, acceptance. Once you acknowledge that there's an issue that you want to work on, it's a lot easier to start
that is step one,
chipping
dude.
away at it.
That's step one. That's it.
So we hope that Brain Snacks has been your dog poop bag. that's the analogy. We're gonna help you pick the shit up and pack it away.
Oh yeah.
If you guys would do us a favor, please leave us a review, like and subscribe across all the social media channels. Sign up for our newsletter at brainsnackspodcast.com, where I need to get back on the ball for releasing those every week, at least, with the new episodes that come out on Mondays. If you guys are listening to this on Thursday, the release day, we hope that you'll go back and check out our wacky conspiracy episode with the JFK conspiracies. That'll be dropping by the time this is released, it will have already been dropped. So please go back and check it out if you haven't already. Again, like, subscribe, review. And Jaxon, thank you for staying up late and doing the podcast with me a day early, since I will be leaving in the mañana, because I'm trying to incorporate Spanish
Lovely.
in my nomenclature.
Wonderful.
But yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Pennsylvania to visit with Chrissy's family for a couple days, and then I'll be in Put-in Bay, Ohio, playing shows with the Pygmies and Love is War. And then we're going to try like a super epic remote podcast. And I say super epic remote, it's not going to be all that special or different. It's just going to be, I'm not going to be home. So we're going to have like a mobile remote podcast for the first time next Monday. So looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm really glad that we are sticking with our recommitment to each other, my brother.
Absolutely, man. And I appreciate you getting on here as well after being road run and everything. I mean, it's a two-way street.
Like I said, it's kind of, you can say it's selfish, but you know what? Maybe you need something for you. This does something for me. It does something for you. If it's a symbiotic relationship, I'm selfish with it too, because this makes me happy. This makes me feel good. This gets me like, I should be like passed out right now.
Yes,
but I'm energized because I enjoy doing this. I enjoy talking to you, and I hope that everybody enjoys the show as much as we enjoy putting it on.
There it is. That's absolute.
With that, again, I said we're going to start signing off with this every time. We'll sign off with it again. Thank you guys for listening to Brain Snacks with Jaxon Max. We are two confident idiots telling you guys to don't be a dick.
Don't
Much
be an
love,
asshole.
guys.
See ya.
Thank you.